Hi YouTube, it's Jambi here. This is the second time I have tried to film this video because I have a lot of feelings about it and I don't have a script because every time I try to write a script I cry. 3 years ago I got my dream job. It was one of those out of hours, you know, vacation care before and after school care places. And it was great because I've always worked with children. I really enjoy working with children. A lot of people tell me it's because I'm autistic and I understand children better than I do adults. I don't know, maybe that's right. And it was an amazing job. It was so good. And I got fired from it. And I think part of why I got fired was for being openly queer, and specifically for being gay, which technically I'm not. For those of you who are unclear, I am a genderqueer pansexual, if you do care. I'm not actually homosexual, but that's the simplest word people can use to describe it sometimes, and most people, especially if they're a douche to me, I don't bother explaining my entire identity to. So yeah, sure, call me gay, whatever. So, suppose I should start at the very beginning by saying a couple of things. I think some of the children who were involved in what happened are going to watch this video. Pretty certain, actually. And I want all of you to know that absolutely none of what happened was your fault. You are children, you're amazing, and you're going to grow up and change the world. But this was not something that either of us had any control over. And I don't want you to feel guilty or bad. Even if your parents were some of the ones that complained that I was pushing the gay agenda, it's not your fault. It's kind of society's fault at whole. Please don't blame yourself because you're wonderful people and you're going to grow up to be amazing. So I think it's kind of hard for any queer person to work with children, because if you get a child saying, hey, I might be attracted to people of the same gender, or I might not identify with the gender I was assigned at birth, you catch yourself going, this is my chance to be the person that I needed when I was younger. I can fix this. I can make sure that this person doesn't grow up in a pit of self-loathing. And then you fail because you are not the entire world that this kid is surrounded by. And I got complained about a lot. Because I openly told children if they thought they might be trans or gay or whatever, I would just be like, yeah, cool, I support you. You want me to call you a new name? Sweet. You want me to call you new pronouns? Sweet. You want me to, I don't know, nod and smile when you tell me you're dating someone of the same assigned gender? Sweet. I don't care. Well, I did actually care a lot. But I tried to keep it that sort of aloofness so people didn't accuse me of pushing the gay agenda, which they inevitably did. And there was also a play that we put on. And I wrote the script. I got it vetted through people. I got my bosses to read it and say it was okay. I said I'd change it if they wanted me to. And then we started getting ready and rehearsing, and I was letting kids who identified as a certain gender dress up as that gender. I was letting 2 girls play girl characters and get married in the play. I didn't think that's a big deal. I don't think anyone would think that's a big deal. Some parents did. And then I wish actually that they had just said to me, parents have complained that you're pushing the gay agenda, because what they did instead was they had a go at me for writing a play where theft took place, because, you know, the plot was there were some bank robbers and then they get caught. And I was just really confused. The person who was directing, doing all the choreography for dance numbers and stuff for the play got really sick as well. So I would show up on the day we were supposed to rehearse and I'd have to run the rehearsal myself. I have no background in this. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I just tried to keep everything going. And I'm really sorry also for the other person, because I think what ended up happening was she lost that job too. And if there's one thing I could have undone, it would be that, I think, because she was great. She tried so hard, and I still don't understand what happened completely. It's not fair. I tried to take all the blame and say none of it was her fault, but no one listens to me. Eventually, about a week before the play, the truth comes out, and my boss calls me into her office and says, you know, why do you have to be so openly queer? What do you mean you're letting boys dress as girls? What do you mean you're letting, you know, two girls get married? You know, parents have been complaining and complaining and complaining, and I get that this was a hard situation for her, but she made the wrong call because she just stopped giving me shifts. I got an email the day after that meeting, and she just said, don't come in again. I came back in at a time when all the kids were at school so I could get my stuff. I had a meeting with them. My mum came because I was such a wreck. I can't feel like what happened was okay, but I don't blame any one person. For a long time I blamed my boss, but I get it. She was in a really hard position where if word got out that what people thought was happening, which was apparently a very not PG version of a lot of stuff, I don't know. But for a long time I blamed my boss, but I don't completely blame her. I'm not happy with her. I still think she made the wrong call because that call really hurt me and also put a lot of kids in a position where they lost the ally who was listening to them. But you know, I'm not the only person that can do that. I'm not the only person who can understand another queer's struggle. I am literally one of a million humans who is a decent person. In fact, there's probably billions of decent people. And some people I'm not a decent person, and that's fine too. But the fact is that we unfortunately live in a culture where if I was a straight person doing all of that stuff, I'd have been praised for being so open-minded. But because I was gay, well, you know, genderqueer, pansexual, I was pushing the gay agenda and not helping anyone. And that isn't fair on me or anybody else. I think you can see now why I've put off this video for so long. I have a job now, one that I hope's good. I've had quite a few. I hope this one works for me. I've gotten very sick, gotten well again. But the point of this video was not, I got fired for being gay, oh my goodness, let's shame that business, because I'm not even going to tell you what business it was. And if you know, do not comment it below. I am not getting sued because of you. The point of this video was to explain my thought process about all of this, because I don't feel like I did anything wrong. In fact, if I could go back and do it all again, knowing that I was going to get fired, I would be gayer. I would aggressively correct every time anyone misgendered a student. I would have thrown goddamn pretend gay weddings. I would have done all of that if it was all still going to end the same way. Because the reason I didn't do that stuff was because I was scared of losing my job. So, who cares? I'm in a better place now, though. I went to America, came back, worked full time, stopped doing that because it's a disaster, and I guess the point of me telling all of you this is to know that I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to abandon these kids, even though I'm just one of many people who is going to see how incredible they are. I don't want any of them to feel like I just up and left. That's not the kind of person I want to be. So I guess for some of you this will be goodbye. I don't know when I'm going to see you again. Oh my god, I did so good. I wasn't going to cry. But when I see you again, I know you're going to be doing so well at everything, and I'm so proud of all of you. I'm sorry as well. Not for any... I justified not being more openly queer because I thought I could do more help by staying and keeping quiet so that you guys would still have someone to talk to about this stuff. And I'm gone anyway. And the poor person who was helping just with the play lost her job. I hope she's gone on and done amazingly. It's the only thing I'd have changed, really, would make sure that she didn't lose her livelihood as well. But I'm not ashamed of openly being myself. And I want all of you to know that no one gets to do that to you. No one has the right. I guess this is the end of this video because I've run out of things to say. If you see me in the street and I don't acknowledge you, it's probably just because I'm scared. I don't want to get anyone in more trouble because I'm being myself unapologetically. So if you want to say hi, just come up to me. I will be so happy to see you. Thank you. Jambi out.